things were supposed to load up ahead of time. There we go. All right. All right, so 2 minutes. Who gets more stacks by end? Kael'thas, or excuse me, Vala with Fire at Will, or Kael'thas with his Mana Addict? Who will have more stacks by the end of the game? Get your Twitch predictions in. We are ready to go into... Oops, I'm tabbed out apparently. Hold on. There we go.
In 10 seconds.
I feel like building one is the best way to learn about the parts. So if I do a pre-build, I won't know what I'm doing. No, that's fair. Fire at Will is the W quest? Yes, it is. Yeah, Fire at Will is the W quest for Vala. You'll actually see her take that talent in just a second. I double-checked before I even got into the game just to make sure that these players, or what the level 1s were. Kael'thas actually holds his level 1 for, like, the first 30 seconds or so, which is kind of funny. But there you go. Vala takes Fire at Will. And let's see. I mean, it is Infernal Shrines. Keep that in mind, as Your Majesty on the Ragnaros is going to get chunked quite a bit. Will not fall just yet, as we do have continued back and forth through the mid lane. Kael'thas going into the Mana Addict, as we noted beforehand. Ragnaros will be going into the Sulphurous Hungers. 2 stacks already for the Vala, as we do have Hogger with the Journeyman's Cooking at level 1. And our first Punisher will be a Mortar Punisher up in the top lane. Thank you, everyone, for the channel boost. I think we're actually getting quite close to actually finishing the boost for this week. I'll probably buy a pre-built next. My current rig is so Frankenstein at this point, I don't know what part to do to fail next. Let's see. My first PC I ever built, I upgraded the video card, and then I upgraded the CPU, but the CPU for that series, like, it was super buggy, and it would actually cause my computer, when I eventually moved out here, would cause my computer to hard freeze. So eventually, I upgraded to the new chipset. It was like a new CPU series that came out, because it was after the Vishra series, which was the chipset that I had before. So to get a new CPU, I had to upgrade the motherboard, and then since I was upgrading the motherboard, I had to upgrade the RAM. So, and then since I was upgrading the motherboard, my water cooler didn't fit anymore, so I had to buy a new water cooler. So that upgrade was like $1,000. That was a little bit less. Everything was like $800, but and then the PC I currently have is my big monster, 64 gigs of RAM, a 5950X, and a 3090. It's a beast of a machine. But my job is to stream, so I wanted to make sure that I had a very, very strong computer to do so. I'm just going to be modding a ship for my, a ship of PC. Oh, for my current PC build. Ah, easy enough, yes. How you doing today, Lava? Kael'thas goes down. First blood over to the side of ReGen Nebula. And Kael'thas and Vala currently same stacks. 4 stacks for each. And wow, I gotta say, some good betting on this one. I thought this was gonna be a fun little bet for this game, so I'm excited about this one. Either way, focusing in onto our first objective phase of the game, it's going to be Mortar Punisher top lane. IT Cowboy and this Hogger doing a good job of pressing Your Majesty in on this Ragnaros constantly through the top lane. And looking at the 2 sides, there is a little bit of siege on the right in favor for ReGen Nebula, as I do have to point out that the Ragnaros already 3 minutes in finishing the Sulphurous Hunger's empowerment from level 1. That does mean that he has the additional 100 damage, which is going to be nice for him. But now Majesty getting caught into the corner. There's a lot of good damage coming in. Vala is going to throw out a Hungering Arrow, walk away, but it's Lucio to find the last little bit of damage, as the Fell Claws from the Mal'Ganis will be shredding through this minion wave. But the big shred in consideration is going to be on this objective. Hogger already halfway through the required skeletal defenders. Well, we are going to be looking at the step in from the side of LTK-Skyfall. The leap from Nyx does come out, saves one for a minute. Good bouncing from Hogger, puts him in. It's okay. Hold on. I'm surprised he didn't use Staggering Blow there. Maybe the Hogger was afraid that if he used the Staggering Blow, since it does have a windup, he'd be standing still for too long and would maybe get picked off. But I thought there'd be a good Staggering Blow moment into that wall. Regardless, doesn't matter. A little bit of Loot Horde thrown out. 39 on the objective for ReGen Nebula, as they can just sneak one away with a Vala multi-shot. Speaking of, she's at 9 stacks right now. Some auto attacks come through. And first objective over to the side of ReGen Nebula. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what they're able to do with this, as we have Hogger Leoric already splitting out of the top lane to make sure they start split soaking. Ragnaros, who hold the Molten Core form, or held the Molten Core form, is going to be able to utilize it for the defense rather than any sort of Shrine Steal. That is a tactic we have seen in the past, where you get the objective phase to about 30-ish skeletal defenders, and then you can get the Ragnaros to pop Molten Core, and he can steal the last 10 from a safe distance. As we have a lot of dive onto Mal'Ganis, he does go down. And this is the Punisher from the side of ReGen Nebula, finding maybe more than just Fort Front Gate as the Sonya steps in, but she's mostly going for the Experience Regeneration Globe. Punisher falls, Leap of Faith onto Majesty. Murda tanking a lot of damage. I don't know if Iron Skin's available, but he hugs the sidewall and is able to back away. The top lane Fort sitting around 30% HP, while we do have the double soak out from Hogger against the Leoric. Speaking of double soak, where we see the vast majority of our regeneration globes being grabbed, Kael'thas at 7 stacks currently on his level 1. Hey Hector, how you doing, bud? Talk about overkill PC. What? What do you mean overkill? What do you mean overkill? I'm future-proofing, chat. I'm future-proofing. My apologies, I was looking at Twitch chat, and that's going to be Hogger going down in the mid lane to the Kael'thas, finding a little revenge. Hey Xeno, what's up, bud? Ektar, what class do you have today? Alright, so 10 talents here on the left-hand side. We're going to go ahead and cycle through the other numbers right now, as we can see our 10s at the top of the screen. Blessed be the new Aliobs update, so we can actually see how many stacks of things like Rain of Vengeance are available. Great leap in. Ragnaros was way too far forward for way too long. Leap, bless shield, and that's a kill onto Ragnaros. There is oh my god, 3 HP on the tower for the top lane, as we do cycle through our numbers and continue to look at some of the other data for the damage, healing, and experience thus far. On the opposing side, Entomb, that's going to be the Carrion Swarm, Lava Wave. Anduin's holding his level 10, as the Carrion Swarm will be utilized. Lava Wave from Ragnaros will be popped into top, but I don't think it dissuades. It does dissuade Hogger. Sorry, I thought it was a little bit further back, and there was a little bit more damage. But the top lane for it still remains. Bounces from Hogger put him in a better spot. Is he able to back away? Hortipult's available. He Hortipults into the friendly side. The rotation's in. Murda comes through with a massive condemn. Light Bomb from Anduin will be used as Sonya spins through the damage that has already been applied to her, as the Kael'thas does get picked off. Leap up in 2 seconds if they want to try and re-engage onto someone, maybe even Leoric. They do have the Tomb available, but it's not going to be utilized. Molten Core saves the day for the time being. But with that being popped, it's a 2-minute cooldown, if I'm not mistaken, for the Ragnaros, and it is going to also be our next objective phase coming up fairly soon in the bottom. That Arcane Punisher. Look at that timing from the caster. Thank you, Ektar. I appreciate that. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. My next and last for the day class is Singles and Systems. What is Singles and Systems? Also, I need one of the Ghillie Sharks to show up in chat so I can get the code from them for the bingo board, so we can add it to the command later. Alrighty, so top lane, Fallen Shaman should be able to take down the Fort. Kael'thas, 11 stacks right now. Vala doubling, actually, well, yeah, doubling what he has actually just in that moment. And Shield Glare from the Johanna. Skyflare looking to throw out a little bit of damage. Here's an Entomb from the Leoric. Kael'thas steps into the objective, drops a Phoenix, trying to get some damage and steal some of these skeletal defenders, but it's all Hogger with almost the infinite bounce. I think he might have canceled it right there just to get out of the Phoenix damage or any incoming damage, but still, 13 talent tier advantage to the side of ReGen Nebula. This Sonya steps in 10 seconds on a leap. Kael'thas doing his best to apply some living bombs and scorch the enemy side, but it's going to be a double kill for the members of ReGen Nebula, making it maybe even a triple kill into the Mal'Ganis. Another objective phase to our blue team. As I mentioned, that top lane fort did fall with the lava wave clearing out the Fellhounds. It is going to be the Fallen Shaman getting targeted, so the keep front gate will not fall, but still a lot of value over to the side of ReGen Nebula while they have this Arcane Punisher camping bottom, And at least on the opposing side for LTK-Skyfall, they've hit their level 13s. Quickly going to check Ragnar's cooldown, 4 seconds away on Molten Core. You can actually see him positioning on the back because when you exit Molten Core form, it actually dumps you from where you entered. I used to actually not realize that, and it would dump me back like I would do it here and then immediately jump out in front of the enemy side. So, leap in from Sonya, speaking of jumps. Punisher might actually have a leap fairly soon. Light Bomb from Anduin coming through as well. Ragnar's very low. There's the leap from the Punisher. Sticks on the left-hand side of our screen is going to go down to the Mal'Ganis. Your Majesty very low. Sonya wants the kill and she will find it, but is going to be traded out. This is quite the chaotic moment, but meanwhile, Hogger, just doing Hogger things, grabbing a camp for the top lane, applying consistent and almost just impunitive pressure through this top lane. Very, very much liking the momentum we're seeing from the side of ReGen Nebula, but there was a few shining moments there in that bottom lane engagement for the members of LTK-Skyfall. We're going to see how things will shape up as the game does progress here on Infernal Shrines, map number 1, first best of 3 of the day. We'll be doing a few of these. I'm thinking we'll probably end up at 4 best of 3s today. I don't think it's going to be like last Wednesday where I did like 6 or 7 best of 3s. Last Wednesday was a long day. That was a long one. It's about analog and digital signal processing. Huh. Using flags and lights. Oh, so that's like the dudes who like tell the airplanes where to go on the runway, right? Flags and lights, right? It's like the dudes with the 2 little pylon thingies in their hands. That's what Ektar's doing. Got it. Okay. I didn't know you were becoming a runway operative, Ektar. That's really cool. Nice on you. It's got to be cold outside in the winter. Anyways, sorry. It's dumb. Mal'Ganis is putting some pressure into Sonya, but she's absolutely fine. 10-3 in kills, 16 in favor for the side of ReGen. Nebula is a lava wave through top lane, pushes out, leaping from Sonya, Horde bolt in from the Hogger as the light bomb from Anduin counteracts the pressure that's being applied, and that will be Sonya going down. IT Cowboy getting low, isn't going to get hit with the Chastise. Flame Strike from Kael'thas is going to find some decent damage, and it's the members of LTK-Skyfall with not just a single kill, not a double kill, not a triple kill, not a quadra kill, but a solid, easy. Gonna go ahead and the members of ReGen Nebula, and how much pressure can they apply through bottom lane? Immediate fort is front gate goes down. Your Majesty is going to be working on the rest of this fort. Actually, Kael'thas is probably left behind to deal with this, but a quick rotation into mid. About 10 seconds on average for the side of ReGen Nebula. How much more value can the members of ReGen, of LTK-Skyfall find here? I would have liked to see them hard rotate into top personally to go for that fort, since the gate's already down, the minion wave's up, and the next Punisher is in top lane. This would also equalize in top when it comes to periodic catapult pressure, and also take out the wells, since wells were changed in a patch or 2 ago to be invulnerable until the fort falls down, much like ARAMs. But here's the re-engage from Sonya. Leap in. It's a 60-second cooldown. Rain of Vengeance coming in for the Valas. Hogger's going to bounce around. Mal'Ganis goes down the back lane, but a trade onto the Sonya. What else is going to happen as the Chastise connects onto the Lucio? Great condemn from Murda to pull back the light-bombed, I think it was Leoric, and still, just no chain CC onto the Lucio. He will survive. It's a trade. Sonya for Mal'Ganis. A backline, or I guess a bruiser. One of the 2 bruisers for the main tank. Granted, I guess you could say it is 2 bruisers, with Ragnar's kind of being a bit of a bruiser. Bruiser, melee assassin, kind of in between. Depends if you're a Laura or not. If you're a Laura, it's pretty much a range. It's a melee range assassin. The way I've seen her play with Sulfurious Smash. God dang, that girl knows how to play some Ragnaros. So, camp to be taken on the top left of the screen. Murda anchoring as best as he can, seeing the rotation coming through, if I'm not mistaken. My apologies. Okay, so I think he did see it, but they're gonna go for the immediate fort. The thing is, this feels like it's a trade. It's a fort for a Punisher, And that's actually an Anduin going down. Kael'thas is going to drop the Phoenix. There will be a nice stun onto your Majesty from the Spear of Sonya. Murda trying to pull back your Majesty and manages to save the Lucio as Kael'thas goes down as well. A lava wave may be coming through top, but the expectation will be that ReGen Nebula will grab this Frozen Punisher. Now, Gannis Leoric are going to try and steal some of these skeletal defenders, but this feels like it needs to be a quick disengage from both of these players. Otherwise, they're overextending and might get caught out. A Blessed Shield, not available for 20. A Leap, not available for 27. Carrion Swarm utilized and gets the safe disengage. Hogger stealing a camp on the right. See you later, Ektar. Thanks for hanging out. You have a Delta internship lined up for the summer. Melee-Age Assassin? Ah, yes, Melee-Age Assassin. Very good push-off from Lucio to chase in a camp that does go over, and Leoric, oh man, I think, that's unfortunate. So, 44 stacks for the Vala, 22 for the Kael'thas for our little bet here, as 20 talents here will be first for the side of LTK-Skyfall. Gonna do their best to defend here. Ragnaros pops the Molten Core. Punisher sitting around 50%. Do the members of ReGen Nebula step up? That's what I'm looking to see here. As we zoom out a little bit further, Ragnaros Molten Core ends. Actually going to see what he takes at level 20. Does he go Heroic Defense, or is it going to be the second charge on Lava Wave? Lava Surge, I think, is the level 20 upgrade. So Heroic Difficulty. Now the question is, if Majesty waited... So does it instantly apply the 50? No, it doesn't. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't apply the 50 immediately. That's what I was wondering.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Which I guess doesn't make sense why it would. I know, like, Commandeer Odin, you can unlock Big Red Button as you're in Commandeer Odin at level 20. I just wasn't sure if it would maybe take that into consideration. So I don't know. What I'm trying to get at is I'm trying to think back, like, would it have been better for Ragnaros to wait for 20, then choose Heroic Difficulty, and then utilize it for the defense, or get the full cooldown? I feel like Majesty made the right choice, and I'm overthinking it. But either way, my thoughts aside, let's continue to see what happens here on Infernal Shrines, map number 1, as we have another Punisher, Mortar, for the bottom lane coming up fairly soon. 20 advantage, or I guess 20 talent here to both teams. Waiting for 20, probably loses the key. I think so, Lava. I was watching this whole time in a work meeting while on webcam. Thug life. Nice, Murda. How you doing, bud? I think so, Lava. I think waiting for 20 would have lost the keep. I think you're right. I think I'm trying to overanalyze the mid-maxing potential of it all. That's all. Valo with 20 more stacks than Kael'thas. Carrion Swarm used precariously early right there. It is actually going to have the level 20, so maybe that's just to close the distance. That is going to be Cowboy Kyle. No buried alive. Could Hortipult in, out, and actually goes for the Hortipult. You can see it's on cooldown, but he died mid-air. Leaping from Sonya. Light Bomb from Anduin does have the inner fire for the movement speed. Murda getting chased. Rain of Vengeance dropped by Stixa just to be able to slow down the advancements of the crew from LTK-Skyfall. Really quickly, when I look, we have Rebirth. Increased Phoenix duration by 100% while alive. The Phoenix may be reordered to move to a different location. I thought I saw the reposition on that Phoenix and wanted to make sure that that was the case right there. And it is, because we have Hogger down for 37. Let's see, what are they able to do on the side of LTK-Skyfall? Night Rush coming through. I can't believe it, but Sonya somehow manages to kind of dip, dive, and weave in between all the sleep potential from Torkin. See, Mortar Punisher bottom, got the announcement, 30 seconds to go. Map is kind of equal. A little bit of damage to the top lane. Looking at some of these keep front gates, no real damage done except for that one little tower. So, in comparison, bottom lane, a little bit of damage. So, as we look at the bottom lane objective, Mortar Punisher, Hogger just now respawning. Can they quickly take this down, or will it be a full 5v5? Feeling it's the latter of the two statements. Molten Core is off of cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. It is. Let's go ahead and just check the vision. Leoric anchoring. There's going to be some danger pings coming out, showcasing where the enemy's trying to rotate in. It's going to be that funnel point right there. Could use the Entomb to actually block them from walking in further, but right now, this is a leap in from Sonya. Blessed Shield from the Johanna with Radiating Faith. We have the Carrion Swarm to be utilized, which also does put enemies to sleep. Kael'thas pops the Arcane Barrier, but immediately falls. Your Majesty getting low and does fall as well. Kael'thas, Ragnaros dead for now. Sonya will go down. There's a Hog Wild right now with the no control, and it's gonna be a solid quadra kill. Nyx is trying to get the last 6 skeletal defenders, but it's suicide if he does so, and I think it might have been suicide to even stay that long. Nyx throws out one more Divine Star, does go down. This time it's gonna be the members of LTK-Skyfall who will go down. A solid for ReGen Nebula as Hogger lines up the infinite bounce. Lucio Vala pushing up the bottom lane, and this is looking like a solid Punisher into the keep front gate that is the LTK-Skyfall crew. Captain is gonna respawn on the objective. He's not gonna, okay, I was worried that Leoric was gonna respawn on the objective to try and steal the last defenders, and I'm like, that's not gonna work out there, bud. It's not gonna work out. So Sonya dead for 12, and a few more on the side of LTK-Skyfall gonna be respawning here in anywhere from 2 to 10 seconds. Lava Wave bottom lane does push back the enemy side. We also have the Punisher getting baited a little too early, so he's still stuck in front of that that keep front gate. Surprisingly, it's a complete disengage, and it will be the members of ReGen Nebula looking for the top lane keep instead. Top lane keep should fall by the time that this is defended, though it's actually taking a little bit longer to push up this wave. Murda's going to anchor here, taking some of these tower shots. Any Iron Skin available? It is available. Could have tanked a little bit more, but I think they just want to make sure that the Iron Skin was available if there was any sort of massive CC coming their way, like a Carrion Swarm Bat follow-up, which does sleep for 2.5 seconds. Oh, my apologies, Murda. Thank you. I mean, no, I was talking about Anduin. I was totally talking about Anduin. Immediately start just digging myself a hole. Nah, thank you for the correction. I appreciate it. Nice hit into the wall. Carrion Swarm again from Mal'Ganis. So we'll have some bats go out onto Vala, and then there's the high five from Lucio immediately. Sticks are trying to back away. A little multi-shot out as well. Majesty is going to be the target and does go down. Leoric with the Entomb coming through as well, but Sonya continues to apply pressure into the face of the enemy. There's a no control from Hogger going through all the enemy members, and IT Cowboy sets up the kill for the Sonya. A double for the hero. Make it a solid triple kill for the Sonya. Stixa chasing in. That's going to be a leap of faith from Nyx. Will Nyx be able to back away in this situation? Chastise, a little bit of the... oh, I wanted to say ground tornado. Dang it. Oh, I'm blanking on Kael'thas's. There we go, gravity lapse. Either way, that's going to be the bottom lane keep going down on the side of LTK-Skyfall. Will ReGen Nebula look to end? They got a lot of HP, they got a wave, they got a Vala with 58 stacks. I definitely think it's doable. I guess not gonna work. I'm gonna have to rewatch game 1 of this cast. Oh. Well, the VOD will be here, and the YouTube video will go up eventually. I usually release one YouTube video a day when it comes to NGS casting, and I've already got videos scheduled till Friday, so this will either come out on Saturday or Monday of next week. I actually have been trying to get away from releasing videos on the weekend. I don't know why, but I feel like the weekend just doesn't do well for YouTube. Oh. Shaka Nobashi, thank you for the tier 1 for 19. I will resend your alert when we get out of game. Alrighty, so bottom lane Impaler Camp is going to be summoned. Next Punisher Frozen up next in the mid area. I'm just gonna jump onto the Johanna Vision, see what she is seeing. And so Leoric shows for a second here. Hogger checks the camp to see if anyone's around. Mal'Ganis does show. So him and Leoric are there. We know that there's a Ragnaros and Kael'thas as well. Okay, Vala checks. Okay, so Vala knows. But will ReGen Nebula go in? Carrying Swarm to be used as a zoning tool here. IT Cowboy should fall asleep. And doesn't look like they try and go in for any sort of invade. Living Bomb just applied to the keep front gate. Lava Wave bottom pushes things back, takes out the catapult, the minions, but does not get rid of those impalers fully. Those should be still pushing up the wave. We do have a objective phase started. Frozen Punisher, a big one, leaping from Sonya. Light Bomb from the Anduin onto Leoric. That's a lot of damage onto Turkin, trying to back away. Portapult in from Cowboys. There's a no control once again from Hogger. This has been such an important tool for the success of ReGen Nebula. Doesn't find the kill this time. Captain very low. There's going to be a condemn from Murda, pulling in two, and he sets up the kill for his team. High five from Lucio. Does have that healing reduction as the gravity lapse and damage was enough to kill Hogger. Living Bomb living up to its name as the Frozen Punisher is looking good to the side of LTK-Skyfall, but a multi-shot from Vala will take down that Kael'thas. Your Majesty trying to back away, healing reduced, and that Sulfurious Hammer build will not be healing up for that auto damage, the spell power damage of the multi-heroes with that healing reduction from the Lucio. Well played so far from the side of ReGen Nebula around the objective. Captain gonna respawn, Hearth to respawn towards or in their Hall of Storms, and this will be some initial keep damage already being done, but they're gonna go call Core. Sonya gonna finish out the objective. Core's shielding starting to take some damage. Light Bomb onto Murda. Is there enough? There is enough between Leoric and Anduin, and Murda does go down. Punisher to be grabbed. Wave is pushed up through mid. Sonya Leap is available. Does she go in for any sort of leap? As a high five from Lucio. Chastise from Anduin thrown out. Punisher Leap is available. Sonya can follow up if she wants to. Lucio high five. Oh, Sonya a little bit too late right there. Carrying Swarm from Mal'Ganis. Everyone immediately turns around. Punisher arriving at core. As a sleep onto 2 from the Mal'Ganis with his level 20 carrying Swarm upgrade. He's going to be having the Seeker Swarm. Sonya gets to core, Lava Wave from Ragnaros, shreds through the Vala health pool. She is going to have to back away. The core shielding is still up. The Punisher is starting to scratch the shielding, but the fight breaks out in the bottom lane as Hogger looking to hog wild into the enemies, but it seems like this is a titanic, a momentous moment for the side of LTK-Skyfall. No core to fall just yet, as this is more camps to be grabbed on the side of ReGen Nebula. I mean, to ReGen's Nebula's defense, there's a camp over here, there's a camp over here, and there's a camp over here. There's too many camps to get to end the game, so I think that was the right call from ReGen Nebula. Alrighty, so we continue into Infernal Shrines map 1 here. And our next Punisher, Arcane, for the top lane. Let's quickly jump on some red vision, see what they're gonna see, if there's any sort of rotation from the side of ReGen Nebula. Let's see what ReGen Nebula is actually seeing right now. They have complete vision of the enemy. Whereas the opposing side, yeah, there's like a danger ping, and I don't know if this is, hey, the enemy might be around here, or hey, let's go clear bottom. Okay. A little bit of bush partying, a little bit of nerves from both sides. I mean, realistically, a bad fight on either team, and that's GG. While the members of LTK-Skyfall have a lot more to go through, they can still easily sidewall, take down a keep, and go core. It is very doable with the draft of LTK-Skyfall. Though on the opposing side, ReGen Nebula, they find the better team fight. Well, they got a lot more easier options to run straight to core through mid, even bottom. Next objective, as I mentioned, Arcane Punisher top lane, should be announced fairly soon. Until then, 28-14 in kills, 67 stacks on the Vala, 38 on the Kael'thas. Yeah, the camp got grabbed, and Ragnaros is still clearing mid. I like that. That was a good read from Ragnaros just to back away. Oh, you can feel the tension in this game right now. I'm curious, really quick, how much are catapults hitting for? Because they should be slapping quite hard. Yeah, 1,248 damage into structures as we do have a fight breaking out around the top area. That's a leap of faith to save the Kael'thas, popping his arcane barrier. We do have an Entomb from the Orc available, will not be used. That's actually Cowboy Kyle, Cowboy Kyle. IT Cowboy, excuse me, to be going down. Big Entomb onto 2 members. Here is a fantastic Entomb onto 2. And that is a triple kill to the side of LTK-Skyfall. Not the expected result, but LTK-Skyfall, they pop the lava wave and they're going to rush through top. Sonya, meanwhile, bottom lane, is going to push things up. Remember how much I mentioned how much catapults are doing, chat? And all Murda has to do is stop backs. That's all Murda has to do here. Murda's life is inconsequential because Sonya's is more important, pushing up the bottom lane. And while there may have been a fight that looked good to the side of LTK Skyfall, it is the members of ReGen Nebula taking map number 1. So, Twitch predictions. Choose outcome. Who gets more stacks by end? Well, Vala had 74 and Kael'thas had 39, so I'm going to say Vala had more stacks by the end of the game. What a good game. We got a lot of good games today, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we're going to check out the Nintendo Direct in 2 hours. 2 hours is the Nintendo Direct, so we're going to check that out. And then we have a live casted game at 5:30 PST, 8 o'clock EST, or 8:30, excuse me. 5:30, 8:30. Fun little prediction for that game. Its stacks should count for double. Oh, Kael'thas stacks should count for double. Vala is just point and shoot. What do you mean point and shoot? You have to make sure that no minions get in the wave. Which live game will I be watching? I'll be casting Probius versus Gilly Shark at Bingo Night. See? See? Sticks and knows. You have to line it up. You have to make sure that minions don't get in the way. Skeletal defenders don't get in the way. This isn't like a variant taunt. It's a 50-50 with Kael'thas whether they actually care about the orbs or not. This one too. Oh no. Oh, hey, Chess Looter, when you get a second, let me know what the bingo code is for tonight so I can update the command. All right, back to Bandit Mice Pretty Face and the resubscription from Shakanobashi. Thank you. I'm using 2 alert systems so I can, so my things will work.
Subscribed.
Baha casts are such a nice perk of subbing to Bandit's stream.
It is a very nice perk of subbing to Bandit stream. So, some alerts work with stream elements, some alerts work with stream labs. So, I am currently using 2 alert systems today. I'm actually about to nuke all of my alerts. I'm very close to nuking all of my OBS stuff, which is dumb because what ends up happening is I'm going to rebuild all my OBS stuff to look exactly the same. You know what maybe I should do? Maybe I should hire someone to do a new caster package or something like that. I don't know. I like this caster package. It was made by Crow like years ago. Years ago Crow made this one. I don't know what I would do special. I really don't. I also really need to shave my head really bad. But that's here nor there. Alright, so ReGen Nebula is up by 1. And we're heading into Curse Hollow. Okay, I'm setting up another prediction for us all, that's all. Is that the new one, Chess? Is that the new one? Hey, Wolken Donut. How you doing, Wolken Donut? If that's the updated one, I will update my command right now. The code is? Okay, thank you. Log in with Twitch. DNS cannot be found. Paul December, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content. Code. Alright, code has been updated. Thanks, Paul. Paul. How's everyone doing today? How y'all doing? You ready for another game? Ready for another map? It's gonna be a good time. I literally forgot that I was wearing a 30K shirt today. I don't know why. It just did surprise me. But I looked over. I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing this today. You know, the best team in Hero CCL Season 3. Alrighty, did I miss anything else? I didn't. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get into our next game. The next prediction is going to be, will Azmodan finish his baseline stacks? So not the 400. Oh, actually, excuse me, not baseline. Baseline is, will finish his level 1 stacks. There we go. Sorry, I missed type there. Will Azmodan finish his level 1 stacks? Not the baseline, which is 400. Will he finish his level 1, which is 200, okay? I specified in the notes as well. Let's go ahead and start the game, start this, and I will start the prediction when you all can see the drafts.
Battle, heroes.
Well, we're heading into Curse Hollow, ladies and gentlemen. On the left-hand side, we have ReGen, Nebula, Murder on the Varian, Kuramama. No, I'm just kidding. Kirama on the Stukov, Sticks on the Li Ming, IT Cowboy on the ETC, and Tashivs on the Greymane. Over on the right-hand side, LTK-Skyfall, we have got Nyx on the Uther, we have got Your Majesty on the Dahaka, Captain on the Azmodan, Skyflare on the Phoenix, and Torkin on the Blaze. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Will Azmodan finish his level 1 stacks? I'm sure you might be waiting to see what he takes at level 1 because some of them are easier than the others. Actually, Gluttony is very easy because you get the extra Annihilation at level 1 now. So you go from 2 to 4 on heroes. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Get your predictions in. Will Azmodan finish level 1 stacks by end of game? Happy Wednesday. Hey, happy Wednesday to you, Proto. You don't, hello, you don't have to call me Mr. Mr. D Cool, I'm gonna call you whatever I want to call you. I realize that you're actually okay. Okay, sorry. I'm slow to the party. I realize the joke. Azmodan already at 16 stacks. You got a minute to get your predictions in. Will Azmodan finish his stacks by end of game, or his level 1? Will he finish these 200 Gluttony stacks? I want to see some betting here, chat. I want to see some good old betting. Walking Donut, I am slow to the party. I was just like, I didn't refer to you as, and then I read your message again. I was like, oh, okay. Very funny. Alrighty, well, you got 30 seconds left on your predictions if you'd like to take part. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and cry and be upset about it, totally. And, Murda, let's see. Ooh, wait, hold on. Dahaka Brushstock into the team fight. I was going to drink some tea, but Captain is going to be taken down. First blood over to the side of ReGen Nebula. Throwing money at a bad bet so people can win. Bad bet? What do you mean, bad bet? It's a great bet. It's a fantastic bet. How dare you insult my bet? Well, hopefully, there's one person that bet no. Please don't cry, Stream Dad. It's my stream and I'll cry if I want to. Preach. That's honest to God. That's the mentality when we play Dark Souls. It's my stream. I'll cry if I want to. But actually, as a reminder, Dark Souls on Friday morning. We're going to play some more Dark Souls. I played a bunch of it Monday, and I honestly actually had fun. I would never think that I am a person who enjoys Dark Souls games, But I had a blast with Dark Souls, so we're gonna keep playing some more Dark Souls on Friday morning. Yeah. I've actually beaten quite a few bosses. I think 3 or 4 bosses so far we've beaten. Bad as the Asmodan. Ah, got you, Lava. Okay, sorry. I misunderstood. That's my apologies. Now I must look up this game. What, Dark Souls? It's one of the FromSoft games. One of the many FromSoft games that are very, very punishing and punitive. So first objective is going to be going over to ETC for free. There's a lot of members of LTK-Skyfall in, or excuse me, it was a ReGen Nebula were in the bush. LTK-Skyfall were just going for raw siege through mid. More dunks out from Asmodan, as we do have Greymane going in with that Dark Flight. Torkin's the target. Blaze does have some decent armor. Murda is trying to back away. Sheaves is maybe out of here fine. Murda is going to get dunked on. That's another kill. Actually, that's their first kill for LTK-Skyfall. My apologies, misread that moment right there. As this siege through mid will continue. Torkin goes in with a Jet Propulsion. Little tap of essence from the Dahaka. Majesty able to back away, but look at this raw push through mid. Not too raw, actually. They had a minion wave, they had a camp, they also had an Asmodan, but most of the fort to go down, all of that fort gate to already fall. Thank you all for the boosties. I think we are roughly 14,000 away from our fully boosted stream. But yeah, Friday morning, so tomorrow afternoon is a couple games of NGS casting, and then Friday morning is Gungeon. We're going to do like a couple runs of Gungeon, and then we'll do some Dark Souls. I actually think the new modem that we ordered is actually supposed to already arrive tomorrow, so I have to call up the Spectrum guy who recommended it to me and see if I need him to come help me out. I'm collecting Spectrum employee numbers like Pokemon. I got another one yesterday, I got another one today. Torkin's getting dove here through the mid lane, getting the fort will be the death of this Blaze. Skyflare trying to get out of here. Greymane keeping that inner beast active. Did Greymane go for the new? No, it didn't. Okay. I was wondering if Greymane went for the new Insatiable at level 4, which has a 0.5 cooldown reduction on your well. So that is going to be, what, for every... Is that, what, you need like 240 autos to get the full cooldown? Granted, you know, yeah, it's not like it... You need each hit for the actual cooldown, but I think it's 0.5. Dark Souls taught me the one trick to all social encounters, just keep talking until they laugh. Invite them to a base party and lock them in there. What? What? Who? Wait, what? I did the thing where I said something, I completely forgot what I said immediately. Just keep rolling. That's what I've learned in Dark Souls, is just keep rolling. Don't heal in the face of a boss. I've learned that one. Power slide ETC, no 10 talent here just yet. IT Cowboy trying to set something up, zoning back your Majesty as this is a burrow under the ground. Jet Propulsion from Torkin. A lot of damage into ReGen Nebula, trying to back away and will be able to disengage. As we're going to go ahead and cycle through the other numbers, get an idea of what those look like. It doesn't look like ReGen Nebula can get in here in time. Nyx will have the channel on the top of the objective phase, so it's 2-1 in objectives overall as Cowboy Kyle goes in with the power slide, can't find anyone to stun. Phoenix is actually blinking into the Li Ming, but can't get any effective damage. It's 5 a.m. I have to finish the translation before going to bed. Please send help. Coffee. Or drugs, coffee. Just a lot of coffee.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
Hug the Booty is a speedrun Dark Souls strat, basically. Oh, I mean, that's how I fight every boss. I've watched a lot of Dark Souls speedruns, but I've never, like, fully, like, paid attention. Like, I haven't absorbed any, like, strategies or, like, any, like, tactics outside of... I mean, it's the same thing in, like Hades. Like, Hades, you just want to, like, hug Dad. Like, that's one of the tactics that you can do for Hades as well, which is just when you get to the when you get to the final boss fight is you hug Dad. Granted, EM4 Hades doesn't allow you to do that because he has a few things that don't allow you to be too close to him. But either way, it is going to be the objective given over to the side of LTK-Skyfall. We see 2-2 in tributes. ETC going for that stage dive. That's where we're going to see him up in the top lane. just proxying waves and pushing things up. Dahaka will brush stock up here just to match out the pressure. Looking for the drag, actually might have been canceled by that face melt. Really well played. Slight level advantage to the side of LTK-Skyfall, but not by much. Invite them, but lock them in there, hold them hostage until you get the premium service and priority tech support. Oh no, Raz, literally, the premium tech support is happening right now where they're literally just calling me. They're just like, hey bud, what's up? How's it going today? Like, they're actually like, Spectrum's contacting me to make sure that things are going well. So I'm actually like, they actually give a shit. They're doing a really good job. It's just, people in higher places don't care. But either way, taunt from Varian, lot of damage onto the Blaze. Jet Propulsion will come through. Divine Shield at the last second. Majesty is getting low, but Li Ming finds the reset. Sticks it coming in with some big, bad damage. Doesn't turn on to the Uther. Skyflare, that's a Phoenix trying to get away with 13 HP and will be able to do so. Unfortunately, the Dahaka goes down, and a curse goes over to the side of ReGen Nebula as the objective. Excuse me, curse goes over the side of ReGen Nebula as we have Asmodan done on his Gluttony at level 1. Well, howdy do to the believers, because they just got themselves all their points back. So we're going to go ahead and just pay out the bet right now. Does Asmodan finish level 1 stacks? Yes, he has 200. I'm going to do that now before I forget. Nice avoidance of the dunk. Curse comes through, as well as the boss in the top lane. Now, what does ReGen Nebula do with this? ETC, did he go? No, he didn't. He just, wait. Oh, he did, actually. Okay, he did go Crowd Surfer. For some reason, I thought it was later, and then I was like, wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of the talent where it gives you Power Slide, gives you armor, because I think that's actually similar to the icon. Regardless, Crowd Surfer the pickup here for the ETC, as we continue to see pressure applied by ReGen Nebula through the top lane with a boss Varian in mid, Asmodan and bottom just trying to push out the wave. Phoenix Purification Salvo is going to go out, but it just tickles the enemy. ETC gets hit with the Jet Propulsion from Blaze, and that's going to set up the actual kill. Curse ends, and what do we have to take stock? Well, I think a Fort fell in bottom, Fort in top lane. I think that's about it. Well, we have Captain in mid. Taunt from Varian. Nice time from Murda, not using it immediately, just from that slow and other incoming damage and control. And this will be an Asmodan dead in mid. 260 stacks in total for him, as this is our mid lane Fort to go down. Coffee is always advisable unless you are a tea, are of the tea persuasion, which is fine too. Yeah. I mean, that's me. I haven't tried to drink coffee. I actually should try and drink coffee again, see if I can. I know this isn't that big of a deal, but I drank orange juice like a week ago, and it didn't give me heartburn immediately, and I was like, oh, maybe it's possible. Maybe I can have orange juice again. So we'll see. I want to try coffee. I haven't. Oh man, I miss coffee so much. Just the taste. Coffee makes you poop though. So does tea. Tea is a diuretic too. Low acidity coffee. Wait, is that a thing? I guess if low acidity orange juice is a thing, low acidity coffee could be a thing. Try some nice French roast. Do you know what I love? I love hazelnut coffee. I love hazelnut coffee. Hey Thistle, how you doing? I was peeking at your stream last night. Thistle, how'd you get your health bar so big? Is that like is that one of the pendants and the rancid eggs? Is that what the rancid eggs are for? Do they give you like a health bar or something? Low acidity orange juice sounds like a crime. It's not that good because it also, I love orange juice with a lot of pulp. Like I want to like drink an orange, and usually the low acidities have no pulp, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Look for the lower acidity. I'll have to look into it. Not a fan of hazelnut, but to each their own. Oh, I love the taste of hazelnut coffee. Oh. It was a fragile, unbreakable heart. It's a lot of mashed. Oh, okay. What are the? Is it easy to explain? But what are the rancid eggs for? I still to this day don't know, and I guess I could just look it up. caramel coffee. Oh, that is so good. All right. The next time I go to the grocery store, I am gonna actually I have to go to the grocery store for Super Bowl Sunday because I am making the fruit salad for the party. I made one bomb-ass fruit salad for one party, and now every single time everyone asks me to make a giant fruit salad. So that's what I bring to every single party. So I'll have to look for low acidity coffee in the coffee tea aisle. Bottom lane, Siege Giant coming through is going to be able to push up the wave, and the wave itself, with the help of Azmodan's lieutenants, will take down the fort. We have another objective phase coming up right by Murda. So it should be clear through bottom, and then even talent tier fight around this objective. Could be cursed to the side of LTK-Skyfall. They give you shade back, so if you die somewhere inconvenient. Oh, thank you, Thistle. Thank you. You have to pry my espresso out of my cold, dead hands. No sweetening, just 100%. Oh, I love just black espresso is delicious. It's so bitter, it's so good. There's a jump onto Phoenix. Divine Shield used immediately. There's a Purification Salvo as well. Your Majesty utilizing the drag onto one, but it's not going to be enough. The combustion from Blaze will be too far away as Skyflare blinks in. Tasheeves is trying to just avoid the incoming damage from Azmodan, but is going to not be able to avoid the damage of the Phoenix as ETC is going to just stomp on the head of that Protoss, saying, "You are absolutely useless as a hero." And IT Cowboy is going to grab the objective. The chase is in through the bottom lane onto Azmodan. Captain very low. Great wave of force to keep him back. Nice cleanse from Nyx. Virulent reaction, but it's on the far side of the wall and no follow-up damage is available. Also, were you there when I figured out the rando bugged? It was the ability to heal and was literally nowhere in the game. Wait, really? No, I wasn't. I know you were looking for that last night, weren't you? Low blow would have secured the kill. I think you're right. I think you're right, Chess Looter. Even though it was nerf, I think you're right, 100%. It was nerfed from 125 to 100, but still, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage! Ta, thank you for the 31 bits. The one thing I've always wanted to try coffee-wise, I've always wanted to try Death Wish coffee. I've heard that one is really, really, really good. Are they gonna boss off a curse? No, okay, they're gonna invade the enemy side camp, I think. There's a crowd surfer power slide available, he's not gonna go for it. So, top lane, Siege Giants, curse in favor for ReGen Nebula, 20 talent here, looming to the side of our blue team is Curse Bullet, Power Slide, Torkin caught on the far side of the wall, Divine Shield will be used, and that's a combustion to zone back the enemies as we do have a drag from Your Majesty onto IT Cowboy, but no follow-up onto the potential kill. It's good, but it's a lot of caffeine. Oh, really? Okay. I can't handle a Som tea. A Som tea is way too much caffeine. I get way too jittery. Hey, Kalis, what's up, bud? I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday evening. Goodbye, Phoenix. Jesus. So, Curse is up. Still for the next 10 seconds. Azmodan finishes total stacks. ETC power slides in. Oh, he gets hit by the negative armor from the core, but it doesn't matter. ETC is A-okay, and they set up the kill into the Dahaka. Can they end here? Will they end here? Two are dead on the side of LTK-Skyfall. ReGen Nebula, unsure if they can end, will move into mid lane and go for a secondary keep. Shieldbreaker OP against Phoenix. Was surprised they drafted Phoenix after seeing Varian. Interesting. Okay, so the Varian wasn't a response to a Phoenix. It was actually before the Phoenix was even drafted. Very interesting. I will be honest, I feel like a lot of people forget that this talent exists. I feel like Shattering Throw, I feel like a lot of people forget it exists. I really, really do. Like Grubby is brought up in CCL, like, or even Justing brought it up one time, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Huh. I think it's just, I don't know, like, Varian just doesn't feel like he gets, like, considered as much as maybe some other tanks, but that is something in his kit that's absolutely fantastic. it's useful when you let Joanna go through. That's fair. That's fair. I think the Phoenix is a comfort pick. Oh, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. We're in Division D, and I feel like in like division anywhere from like Division C to E in Nexus Gaming Series, I feel like it's a lot of comfort picks. Not always, but I think like a lot of like the assassin picks are a lot more comfort wise. That's at least my kind of thought on it as I've been casting a lot of NGS. Sorry, I'm just looking at the Dahaka vision really quickly to see if he sees the mass rotation coming in onto him, and no, he doesn't, as there's a great lurking arm. Wave of Force from Li Ming will solidify the kill. There's going to be a flailing swipe from the Stukov to push back the combustion from Blaze. Great power slide through, too, as we have the boss root almost connecting onto Blaze, but I think Divine Shield was just in time. Boss is starting to slap the core. Will they go in for the end here? Varian has the taunt. That's Torkin getting very low. Sprays and goes down. Sheeves trying to back away, gets the Razor Swipe to increase the distance. Skyflare gets hit with a Shattering Throw immediately, and that's a reset for Li Ming as the boss is collapsing on this core. And the core shielding has fallen. The health is going down. Varian with the taunt. Varian with some decent damage onto Asmodan. Did he just trample? No, okay, I thought he trampled. I think it might have been a little bit of a push, but either way, it doesn't matter. The game, the series, they go over to ReGen Nebula 2-0. GG, well played.
Va para nada.